Welcome back to Mad Talks Football, and Arsenal have extended the contract of Myles Lewis-Skelly up until 2035 more years added to the current contract. And I mean, I'm over the moon with this. He has been a special player. You can see he's a generational talent. This one, gets thrown around quite a lot, but I think he's one of those players that a player that it's gonna stuck with. He's a really good player. We've seen what he can do last season. He was one of the most important players for Arsenal, and who would have thought that a 16-17-year-old is going to be such an important player for Arsenal. The way that he plays, the confidence, the swagger, the charisma that the kid has, I mean, he's just simply unbelievable. And the confidence that he that he plays with, that's what you want, in an Arsenal player. That he literally, like, for me, that moment with Haaland, him copying Haaland's celebration, that riled up the entire country. I mean, I need a shithouse player like that. Arsenal really don't have that many characters in our squad, unfortunately, and we have always been bullied by characters like that. And now, fortunately, we have somebody like that in team, and there are others as well. But I think he basically leads the race for that. Not only in that stuff, like not only just in a shithouse as well. But the way that he plays the game, it is just beautiful to watch. I keep on saying, I use the term for this. There are a lot of players who can talk, but very few who can walk the talk as well. And he's one of those. He says the stuff and then he goes on and he does that as well. And the versatility that he brings, he can play that left back position. The fact that he's keeping our natural left backs out of the team just shows you how good he is. He can play in the center midfield. That's his preferred position as well. But if you look at him playing in that left back position, you wouldn't know that his preferred position is the midfield. That just shows you how good of a player he is. And I keep on saying, we need players like that again. And he's a Hall and product. He's our boy. He's grown up at Arsenal. He bleeds Arsenal left, right, and center, inside out, everything. It's got to do with Arsenal. Myles Lewis-Skelly represents that. And it is a big thing that we have tied him up to a longer contract. I don't think there was there's going to be any problem for us signing him to a longer contract. But the fact that we have done it quite early and quite quickly is a huge step for us, in my opinion. And it shows that how much confidence the management has in the player as well. And I know a lot of people are not going to give the credit to Mikel Arteta, because of course we have idiots in our fan base who have an agenda against Arteta. But full props to Mikel Arteta. He gave him the chance. He showed him the confidence that I trust you. You go out and you go do your thing, and he has repaid that confidence in full faith. He is, in my opinion, he was one of our top 5 players last season. And for a 17-year-old kid who basically, if you're not really following Arsenal, you wouldn't have known about at the start of last season. That's just how good he is, and how the things can turn around in the game of football if you really have the talent, if you can really go out there and do your job. And we have done it. I'm over the moon about it. And the way that they did it, I mean, bringing in his grandma, bringing in all his family and friends, it just felt like it was a family thing. And he feels that Arsenal are his family, and I mean, it was done in a really good way. And I mean, say to continue the good days, good things for Arsenal fans at the moment continue. Arsenal are now linked with Christian Mosquera, a centre-back, 20-year-old centre-back for Valencia. Initial talks have already been taken place, and the terms are being agreed with Valencia and the player as well. Arsenal, he is one of our top targets to bring in for that centre-back position, that left-handed centre-back position. And I mean, I'm really over the moon with this signing. He's just 20 years old, but he's a top player. He was at 20 years old, he was their main starting centre-back for Valencia last season, and he's gonna improve as as the time goes by. He's really fast, and his positional awareness is top notch. He to cut off the wingers, and on one-on-one defending is on another level for this kid. He's quite a tall lad as well. He has that area presence as well. His physicality is there. He's not that good aerially. That's the only one way I would say he can improve. But apart from that, I mean, he is really good. Sorry about that. Of course, Arsenal are going to look at players who are really good with their feet, because we like to build from the back. and he's one of those players. He's really good at picking up pass as well. And Arsenal are going in, try to try to bring him in. And again, he has just 12 years left on his contract, so they're not going to have to pay a huge amount of money, and they're going to be able to bring in a new and a very good player to boot as well, to strengthen our defense. I mean, if he ends up coming, you have a really good defensive structure already. You have already for example White on one hand side, and you have your two center backs in Gabriel and Saliba. And then left hand side, you have at the moment Tomiyasu, you have Martin Lewis-Skelly, you have Kivior as well. You have a Calafiori, you are bringing in a Mosquera, so your defense looks really good at the moment. And of course, I'm since last night I've seen the stuff that's going on social media, people losing their mind over Christian Mosquera, and I just don't understand why. I mean, if you just use your brain for some time, and this is one of the reasons why our Arsenal fans get a lot of negativity from other fans as well, because we are so overreactionary. This is the unfortunate thing for Arsenal fans, that we are so overreactionary. And you have clowns, so many clowns, just waiting for that moment. They think that they are playing Football Manager, or they are playing FC24 or 25 or 23, whatever it is. Like they just think that they are just going to snap the fingers, and it is the things are going to happen. I mean, you look at the way that the club has approached this summer. Of course, we have not signed the striker, or we have not signed a winger that we really need. But the players that have been brought in, Zubimendi is a massive upgrade on Partey. I mean, let's be very honest here. He is an upgrade on Partey. He's a younger version of him. He's much more a better player than Partey. And everybody lost their heads when last year we went for Marino instead of Zubimendi. And now that we are getting Zubimendi, he's not a good player. A Partey wanted about 300k. We are getting a better midfielder, about 2 years younger than him, for about 120k, and that's going a player that's not going to start every game. I mean, Partey was not going to start every game, and he was asking 300k. I just don't get that concept, to be very honest with you. You are bringing in Norgard. He's getting about 100 and 120k, and he's ready to accept that, and he's ready to accept to being as basically a substitute for Zubimendi. Then you have Kappa as the centre back, as the goalkeeper replacement, and now Mosquera, since the link has come in again, people are losing their shit, and I just don't know why. I mean, you are not gonna replace a Gabriel and Saliba in the starting lineup. I just don't get it. You always what we were gonna get was going to be a replacement, a replacement, and you are getting a 20-year-old centre back who's gonna come in and who's gonna learn from Saliba, who's gonna learn from Gabriel, and in the year's time when it's time for these players to go out, players like him, players like Kivior, who was excellent when Saliba got injured. You need these players who are ready and hungry to get into the squad. You need them ready and to fight for those positions. And Mosquera is not gonna just come in and say that I am 20 years old and just gonna sit back. He's gonna push Gabriel, he's gonna push Saliba, and he's not gonna cost you that much money, and that helps us in getting the targets that we want. Sheshko is not if we go for him, he's not gonna come cheap. If we go for Grealish, he's not gonna come cheap. If we go and we actually go and try sign Rodrigo, he's not gonna come in cheap. We need the money. Okay, I understand we're a big club, we have funds, but you need to be it's basic a basic knowledge, and it's a simple thing that you just need to use your head. I mean, you need the money, and if you are going in a business deal, you are trying to save as much money as possible. Just because you have money, it doesn't mean that you are going to spend all like a stupid idiot, or you're going to overspend. Why would you do that when you can get better deals? And that's what Arsenal are doing. I mean, they are getting a player like Mosquera, who has just 12 months on his contract, and they are not gonna pay him that much, and he's gonna be an important part of our squad. And then you can use the money that is gonna be saved from that to put in the bids for Grealish or Sheshko or Rodrigo, whoever we're gonna try to bring in. All in all, I just don't really understand. In my opinion, it has been a nice couple of days for Arsenal. We have gotten a good replacement centre back, a goalkeeper, a good replacement centre midfielder. We have extended our contract of Myles Lewis-Skelly, and now we are getting a good replacement of centre back position. So in my opinion, it's it's been a great couple of days. And now if they don't go out and sign a massive striker or a winger, then you can criticize. But as of now, I just think it feels like stupidity to criticize the club. That is from me. Let me know what you guys think of the entire situation of Lewis-Skelly extending the contract and about all the 3 signings that at the moment Arsenal are trying to do. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of July, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.